be it'd probably like be inhabited now. Like there'd be a lot of people there, or like not as pretty or some shit. But yeah.
And also, Tom Waits is the GOAT.
Yep.
You can't kill Tom Waits, man. Come on.
He didn't hit nothing important.
Nothing. He didn't hit nothing but guts.
You little skunk. He calls him a skunk. You son of a skunk.
You skunk. Measly skunk, I think is what he says.
He said, "You just got all the guts."
Nothing but guts.
And he does some great exposition just in his yelling, where he's like, "You camped on my trail, let me do all the work, and then you shoot me in the goddamn back." Right there, he explains so much. Man, yeah, that short story is great because it starts off pretty slow and you don't know where it's going, and then, man, it
helps piece it together. It pieces itself like really well.
Yeah,
you get it.
So, Tiny was looking up, or should I say, Oneris was looking up. He was looking up some stuff about it, and it's basically like folklore campfire tales. So I feel like his character, in a way, has become like a miracle that he was kind of spared and like shot and really didn't die, because kind of like at the end of the film, do you remember when the Frenchman says everybody wants to be relatable to the story but not actually be in the story? So like it's almost like when you're telling campfire tales, you're like very intrigued because that's your only form of entertainment, especially for old fucking Western tales. So it's almost like urban legends, you know, put to the silver screen of all these Western urban legends. Yeah. So he was like not, how do you say, he was like immortal, like he wasn't gonna die. Like that was the whole tale.
Yeah. It was meant for him to come out
on top.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to, I digress, but I think they should have ended the movie with that tale. The Mr. Pocket one.
It was so positive.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
When they shut the book and everything, I could just visualize like that would have been like closing on a powerful note. Not that the Mortal Remains doesn't, but it just gets very grim. But I think that's also kind of the point. Like, is what harking back to what Atlas was trying to say is that the dude is breaking the fourth wall, kind of talking to us about how, you know, our morbid curiosity about death and
the Frenchman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying like that's their, like how pirates have the tale of like Davy Jones and shit. That's their tale, like the carriage, and that takes the people away to heaven and hell and shit. That's like their little version. Like that's the cowboy folklore of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the urban legends. Like I thought that was cool and pretty deep because you never get to see what is his name, the dude that's driving. You never get to see his face, dude.
The coachmaster.
Yeah, the coachmaster. So I was like, damn, dude, they really are like in like a limbo, like a hell or something.
Because he never stops, dude.
Yeah.
He never stops. And you know what's so funny is one of the guys actually says it like straight up to him. He's like, "We're harvesters of souls. We collect people's souls." And he was all like, they just kind of disregarded it, like if he was just like kind of joking, but in actuality, that's what they're actually doing.
I was like, that's pretty morbid ending. So I was like, I could see why like it would make people be like, oh, that's kind of like off. But it was pretty good.
Well, it does fit the tone for pretty much everything. I mean, like, I feel like all the stories are about death.
Yep.
Except for, I mean, there's death in the Mr. Pocket episode, but not the main character.
Yeah, the dude that tries to kill him, the guy that looks like little Alex from A Clockwork Orange.
American Alex.
He looks like that fool a lot. Another cool thing that is kind of like a touchy subject now is the Native Americans in the film, how they're kind of being shot and killed and being kind of like, you know, the aggressors in it. But I feel it kind of
makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense in the fact that this is what, you know, was really happening. But it shows a tale from both sides, you know, like, hey, these guys are fighting for their land. Like, you know, they don't understand, like, what the fuck's really going on.
It doesn't make you feel bad for both sides either. It's like, oh, you kind of get it.
It's kind of like a war between them. Like, no matter what, it's a war on sight. That's what it is. Like, these guys could come and attack you, like, at any point in your fucking journey, especially the one where the girl gets rattled. What is it called? The gal who got rattled?
Yeah.
And it shows you, like, the Oregon Trail. This was the frontier, so
the dunes.
Yeah, going back to saying, like, if this was like an American campfire story, it would make sense that they would kind of use the natives as the aggressors. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's a new frontier, if it's something that's like kind of like, oh, like this is new, we're on their land, so it's like we're gonna get attacked 24/7 no matter what.
They call them savages, right?
Yeah, that's what she's like, there's only one savage, and he's like, keep looking back there.
That was fucking Arthur Morgan, dude. Old man Morgan. Imagine, I wish. But that was freaking, his name was Arthur. That fool was dope.
Yeah, he held his own, dude. That's probably one that should have been like a full-length movie, dude. Because it's actually really deep.
Yeah.
It's one of the longer ones because there's a lot to tell. You know, the woman goes through a lot. You know, she's traveling with her brother. Her brother dies. She loses all her money because I think he has all the money on him.
Yep, he gets buried with it.
Yeah, and then she realizes too late. And then, you know, and then the romantic subplot comes in where one of the people in charge of the ox line is like, well, what if like we get married, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's hesitant at first.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello. Yeah, she's hesitant at first, and then she's like, all right, I'll take you up on your proposal, you know? And then that's when things go south.
It's all the dog's fault, you know that, right?
Damn dog.
You know what I would have did, dude? If I were her, she, you know what? She didn't really step up to say, you know what, that's my dog. Because she's like, no, that's my brother's dog, blah, 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 blah. If she really cared about that fucking dog, I would have tied the dog up in the wagon with me and, like, kept it with me and took care of it while the whole time. That way, it wouldn't have been out there fucking it up for everybody.
Barking.
Because she went off the trail a long ways with a horse, dude.
Yeah, you notice how far they go? Like, when the guy, Arthur, tries to find her, it's pretty fucking far, dude.
It's not just over yonder.
Yeah,
it's like
she uses a horse, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like a fucking way off course. Like, you're in Sharkland, bro. Like, you stay on course. And if you hurt a fucking dog all the way out there, what the fuck? Come on, man.
Like, what really happened, huh? Between there's like a little time period that you don't know what happened. Like,
yeah. Well, anyways, they should have gotten rid of that dog, man. Just like in fucking Tombstone. Would somebody get rid of that fucking dog?
That's what they should have done, dude. It was the obvious choice. It was the man's fault. Remember, he missed, supposedly.
I know, I think he did it on purpose.
Yeah, he wanted to score some panties, dude, but you know.
What's his name, Mr. Knapp?
Yeah, Mr. Knapp, dude.
Mr. Knapp should have shot the dog like he said. Now you know he's a liar, he can't be trusted.
Man. You're cold-blooded, man.
Cold-blooded. I hope the Coen Brothers are listening right now, or I hope they listen. That'd be cool.
But yeah, dude. That's basically the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, dude. Scruggs? Fucking, what would you guys rate the fucking film, dude? 9 out of 10.
I want to give it a 10, dude. For sure.
Just dive in on the 10, huh?
Yeah, dude, because, I mean, I haven't, like, it's a good variety pack. You know what it's like? It's like, all right, you go to a brewery and you say, I don't really know what I like.
I want the flight.
Yeah, you get a flight, and this right here is like all of the Coen Brothers, like everything that they can put together. I haven't seen like 3 of the major films that they've done, like No Country for Old Men and True Grit, but I really do love Oh Brother Where Art Thou. I really do love The Big Lebowski. I really do love this film. And I like everything about the movie. I love the music. The cinematography is really cool. The actors are really, really cool. The dialogue, the special effects,
everything.
Story, the storytelling, and the fact that it's a Western. It really takes me back to a time where it's not
like that no more.
Yeah, like modern day tales are cool every once in a while, but like this kind of takes you back. Like it takes you to a different place. You know, just like the guy was saying, you want the story to be relatable and kind of be about you, but not about you. So you envision yourself being there.
Yeah.
Like I really wish I was there with Mr. Pocket. That would be really cool.
Helping him out and shit.
Yeah, dude. That would imagine a day in the life of a fucking gold miner and doing all that shit on a fucking donkey.
He was eating good, dude. Living good until he got shot in the back.
Fish and owl eggs, dude, all day. Fish egg omelets.
Like this movie done shit like I think no other movie thought of, dude.
There's a lot of good stuff in this movie, dude. I'm giving it a 10, man.
What about you guys?
I'll probably give it an 8.5.
That's
Almost
what they.
9.
Yeah, that's what they got on the Rotten, like an
85.
89, I want to say.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna give this movie a 9 personally. I think it's pretty good, dude. It's gonna hold up for a while until the next best Western, dude. We forgot to eat Westerns with this too, dude.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a movie you can eat the Western with the Western, because everything about this movie. Yeah, if there's somebody out there that is itching for a new Western that has a lot of good familiar tales and twists, but still unpredictable
and still a Western,
and to grab a modern day person in 2021 that wants to watch a Western, watch The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah. Highly recommended.
I'll give it a 10. Wesley, what do you give it, man?
I think I'm gonna go. Before I heard James's rating, that's what I was thinking. An 8.5 for me.
Okay, awesome. 8.5. Hey,
dude.
That's still really good.
It's all high numbers around, dude. Still. But yeah, dude, this was fun to talk about Ballad of Buster Scruggs, dude.
Do you think it should have, or was it a box office release? Did it ever get released, or just straight to Netflix?
I believe it was nominated for something, and to be considered for that, you have to have a theatrical run. So it did, I think I might have said it in my intro, it did have a short, like a limited, what they call a limited release, where it plays for a couple weeks only, and then it goes to Netflix.
Definitely, you said they did that because it wasn't long enough in the theatrical, right? So they just said we're gonna stream it deal with Netflix and stuff.
No, so with all Netflix films, if they want to be considered for any awards, they have to have some kind of run in in the theater, which is why. Okay. So Martin Scorsese's The Irishman that came out a couple years ago now, it had like a limited run in theaters where you could go and see it, even though it was on Netflix.